So, hi, it's been a while since we've seen a Formula One weekend. So, welcome to the first race weekend of the year, which is the Bahrain Grand Prix. So, I thought I would reboot my old video format and it'll go as follows. First, I will take you along the track and do a track walk. This time, I'm experimenting to talk while I drive, and the next time, I would try to do a voiceover. So, apologies if I don't sound as sharp. I might be a bit on and off because I'll be focusing on driving on my simulator. So, okay, the next part would be I would go through some news with some current happenings, gossip, and etc. And then there'll be some predictions, and then I would usually do a tier list, but I don't have a previous race or reference to do it. And then I would wrap it all up, and that would be it. So, without further ado, let's get started with the track walk. The Bahrain Grand Prix is the first race held in the Middle East, and this race marks a significant expansion of the sport into new territories. The first Grand Prix was held in 2004, and now we approach the first overtaking point on the track, which is here at the first DRS detection zone at the end of a long DRS straight. As you can see, over here is the detection zone, and you head into this first corner. The first corner is the only corner with a name. It's called the Michael Schumacher corner, and now we are heading into corner 2, 3, and now it's a DRS straight. So usually the end of corner turns 1 and turns 4 are the key overtaking opportunities on this track. The rest of the circuit is a bit trickier to overtake. And the lap record on this track was 1 minute 31 seconds. It was made in 2005. The most pole positions in this track has been by Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. The most wins were by Lewis Hamilton, which is 5. So this circuit is called the Bahrain International Circuit, which is in Sakhir. This track is known for its unique combinations of slow technical corners and high-speed straights. And now we approach the second DRS detection zone. So basically DRS detection zones work as, in case you do not know, if you are 1 second behind a car, you get DRS. So this happens from the 3rd lap onwards, I believe, from this year. Don't quote me, I'm just going by memory. And now is the second DRS straight on this track. And this track actually is known for its unique combinations of slow technical sections and high-speed straights, as you can see. And this race was initially held as a daytime race, but now it's held almost only as a night race under the floodlights, offering a unique challenge for the drivers. And it's a cold environment as well. And this circuit is also referred to as the diamond in the desert. And this circuit usually has quite a lot of variable weather conditions, from wind, which can affect the aerodynamics, and also sandstorms. So now we approach the final DRS detection point for the final DRS straight, which is the 3rd, and we head into the start-finish straight over here. So that wraps up our track walk on the Bahrain International Circuit. Okay, now that the lap is over, I can actually talk without putting a lot of pressure on my shoulders. So I will first explain you guys how my format is gonna go as I go with each segment. So the first segment right now would be the news, and that would be basically me explaining the major events, from drama, upgrades, to major gossip or headlines. So right now, what is happening around the paddock? So since I covered a lot of things last week, I think the major headlines will be still Christian Horner's investigation. I mean, there's some allegations against him that he was either being a ruthless leader or he was being weird with female employees. I'm not sure, these are not facts, don't quote me on anything. but there would be a verdict released this week. There's a chance Red Bull might lose Christian Horner, and if this happens, this might tear the team apart, which might be quite damaging for them, which is why I had my predictions last week based on my yearly finishing predictions a bit changed, because I was like, what if Red Bull got rid of Christian Horner, and what if they replaced Checo mid-season because he does not perform, because there were like talks based on how he was performing and whatnot. So that's why my predictions were as such for Checo. So I'm sorry if any Checo fans was upset by that, but that's just what I felt. So there'll be a verdict racing. By the time this video goes out, you'll probably have a verdict. And the other news is the dust is settling with Lewis Hamilton to Ferrari. Like, most of the people have been like apparently only talking to Lewis about Ferrari, and they've been talking to George about the other stuff. But I feel like George is gonna step up to take a leadership role right now. I mean, he has to be the team's main man, right? So it would be a bit of an awkward, tense situation. I don't know. There's not much news this week because I covered a lot of it last week. And I also heard there is gonna be stuff about the cost cap, where they're gonna change the way the personnel are being charged, because some of them are like part-time employees. Like, they say that they're working 10% on the F1 stuff and then 90% on, I don't know, on building a yacht or something. And so they would not let you to hire people on part-time basis. The entire salary will be counted for the cost cap. I heard that this might be a rule. I can link you where I found these things as well. That will be it for the news. And the next segment is my predictions. So this predictions is based on my gut feeling. It's like what I feel. So I will justify my things based on what I think. Right now, I would predict who I think would be the pole position and who are the top 5. Okay, so starting with my predictions, pole position is going to be Charles Leclerc. I don't know, I feel like he's pretty fast, and Ferrari seems to be quite promising. At least during testing, they seemed consistent, and the wind didn't seem to affect them at all. So that's why I put him on pole. So let's go from P5 to 1. So P5, I put Oscar Piastri. Yes, I just have a hunch he's gonna do really well this weekend. P4, Charles Leclerc. I was gonna put him first, but I put him here. You'll see why. And P3, Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, he's gonna get a podium. I mean, the Mercedes is so unpredictable. Like, I don't know if they're sandbagging, if that's their best performance, but it looked like they were sandbagging because they didn't hit any good top speed. And also they said that they solved their two largest issues. One was high drag, which means they had no top speed. So they said that they solved it, but during testing they had one of the lowest top speeds. So I don't know if Mercedes just made an oopsie or that was them sandbagging. And P2, I would put Sergio Perez. And P1, it's gonna be no, not Max. It's gonna be Carlos Sainz. I just thought that up right now. I wanted to put Max on first. I wanted to put Charles on first and then Max on 5th, but I feel like Max is gonna DNF again. He has 5 DNFs in this track. It's gonna hit him. So those are my predictions so far. When it's a sprint weekend, I will go on with that predictions, and then I will also laugh about my previous week predictions and see how delusional I was, so watch out for that. And the next segment, I would usually rate the drivers' performance based on their previous week on a tier list. And since there was nothing here, there was no Grand Prix in the last week, and you can't really rate people based on testing unless you put Logan Sargent 1 tier below for spinning. But again, it might not be his fault. The car might have been faulty, it might have been undrivable. So it's completely random. I cannot rate them based on test. And then that would be it actually. That is how my format is gonna go. Let me know if you guys think I should change anything down in the comments. Let me know if you think I could do something to make it better, more engaging. If you want me to make a Q&A session with you guys or something like that, I'm open for suggestions. So that would be it then. We'll see you guys next week. Bye. Hope you enjoy the weekend.